Good day. Welcome to this lecture series in Godot.
Hello, good day. Welcome back to our lecture series in Godot. This lesson will be an introduction to scripting. You're going to write your very first script inside of Godot. So let's get started. So you might be wondering, what is scripting? Scripting is the whole process of writing scripts. Scripts are files that contains code. And code is simply a bunch of instructions which tells Godot what to do. And the reason why I make a reference to Godot here is because Godot is the program that we are using to create this game. A script file is a text file, so usually you can open these files with, let's say, Windows come with by default like with a Notepad and a WordPad. There's a Notepad and there's a WordPad. Those two editors could edit text. You also have programs like, let's say, VS Code and so forth that could edit text. So a script file is really just a text file and has specific instructions that it will have the syntax. The syntax is the actual code, and it tells the programming software different instructions about what to do. So you might be wondering, why do we need scripting and why do we need code? Well, a node by itself has limited functionality, and essentially it needs scripts to more or less extend its capability in terms of what it could actually do. So let's look at this node here, the Sprite2D. So this Sprite2D, all this can do is display an image. So let's look at the player one. The player one we had the player one here. This was a rig body 2D. So this applied physics. So all this did was apply physics. It applied the gravity physics here, it went down. And when we just looked at that, all it just do, it was applying physics and that was it, nothing else. Then we add another node. We add the Sprite2D. This display an image. All this does is display an image. And then we introduce the collision shape. The collision shape allows this to detect and collide with other objects. And it is possible to even introduce, like, let's say, a movement component. So let me go back to the scene for level one. So essentially, by adding scripts to a node, you're basically extending the functionality, because one node by itself might just do one thing, but the whole point, we are making a game. So when we see a character, we want the character to run, to jump, to shoot, to do all kinds of different things. So I mean, that will contains a lot of different scripting in that individual character. So there are scripting languages for Godot, and one scripting language that can use is called GDScript. GDScript was made specifically for Godot. So another language that you can use in Godot is C#. Now, C# is a popular language. It is used by a lot of different programmers for a lot of different things. But I want to mention that while C# could work, it is not as tightly integrated in Godot as GDScript. So you will definitely need to use, like, let's say, a third-party editor if you want to use C# in Godot. And of course, once you're going venturing into programming, you can also use C and C++. You can use them for programming as well in Godot. So you can use all of these languages in Godot. So you can write part of the game with GDScript. You can use part with C#. You can use part with C. You can use part with C++. So I mean, it is possible you could do all these things. So now let's consider how we can attach a script to a node. Well, let's attach the script to the root node here. This root node, level one root node, will be the node 2D. So when you want to attach a script to the node, you have to make sure you have the script select. When you make sure you have the node selected. If you don't have the node selected, it will attach to whatever node is selected. So let's say we wanted to attach the script to level one, but instead we have player one selected. What will happen is that the script will be attached to player one rather than level one. So we can attach the script in multiple ways. In programming, you learn there's more than one way to do something. We can go here, attach script. You can actually see the text, attach script. You can also right click here and we can see this here where we can attach the script. And we can also make sure we have the node selected, and then we go across here to the inspector panel here, and you can see we have script. Right now it's empty. We can go here and well, this is quick load, but we can go here and you can click new script to attach the script. So I want to attach a script here. So I'll use the command one. That's the common approach, which will be to select the node and then point up here, attach script. And you can see by default, the language that was selected was GD script. We're not seeing C# or C++. Remember I mentioned that you need to use third-party editors if you want to use those languages. So we see here the path. This will be where the script will be stored. And by default, the name of your script will be equal to the name of the scene. So this part here has the name of the script, and the GD is for the, well, the GD is the file extension, and it means GD script. So let's create it. So click create, and we can see level 1 GD. The one TSN is the scene, but the GD is the script. And you know what? I want to save. So let's press Control S. I'll save. And you can see the script has appeared right here. So it's essentially its programming language. So when we realize now, the moment we open script, Godot took us to the scripting interface right here. So we move from 2D to script. We see the script. So here, if we go to this panel here, we can see all the scripts that we have. Right now, we only have this script level 1 GD. This is the language right here. This is the actual syntax that is being used. So another thing you can observe. So we have the script here. Let's go back to 2D. We have the script. Well, when we have, let's say, a node and a script attached to it, you will see this icon appear here. Also, we could select it here, and you can see when you go across here into the inspector panel, we can see the script. This is the script here, level 1 GD. And if we click this reset button, we can detach the script. Also, if you want to detach the script, we can go to here. We can right click and then can select this where we can detach the script. So I'll give you a challenge. So we saw that when working with this scene, level 1 scene, how we create a script. I'm giving you a challenge to attach the script to the player 1 scene. Remember, this is the player 1. So put the player 1 scene and attach the script. So if I go and do that. Now for those that actually completed the exercise, you can go to here, go into the player 1 scene, go to the root node. We can attach the script. You can do so. Attach script. We're not going to give this any name. We will use this name here, player 1. Click create. We created a script. We attach the script. You can see the script is attached here. We can see here in this panel here, all the scripts we have. We have a level 1, we have a player 1. You can see the syntax actually being used. We have this selected. We go across here in script, and we can see the script here. We see the script player 1 GD. We see the file extension right here. Now press Control S and save. And I'll put the level 1 scene and realize that now we go to the level 1 scene. We can now see this. It has the script attached to it. So I mean to say this, I will end this video here because I achieved more or less the objectives I wanted for this video. So I'll end this video here. And the next video, we'll venture more into scripting. So thank you.